Let me ask you something. Have you ever opened Instagram, scrolled for 5 minutes, and suddenly felt behind in life? Someone your age just bought a house. Someone else is driving a brand new SUV. Another friend is posting photos from a beach in Mexico with a caption that says, "Hard work pays off." And there you are, staring at your bank app, wondering if you're the only one who hasn't figured it out yet. It feels like everyone is accelerating, and you're stuck in neutral. But here's the uncomfortable truth no one talks about. Most of the people who look financially successful are financially stretched. What you're seeing isn't wealth. It's leverage. It's debt. It's pressure disguised as progress. In the United States today, the average lifestyle looks expensive. The average car payment is hundreds of dollars per month. The average mortgage stretches close to 30 years. Credit card balances quietly accumulate interest in the background. And yet, from the outside, everything appears fine, because our culture rewards the appearance of wealth far more than the reality of it. We've built a system where looking successful matters more than being secure. A bigger house is seen as growth. A newer car is seen as progress. Upgrading your lifestyle is celebrated. But very few people stop to ask the simplest question. Can you actually afford the life you're building? Here's something most people don't calculate. If you lost your income tomorrow, how many months could you survive without borrowing money? Not emotionally, not optimistically, realistically. For many households, the answer is less than 3 months. For millions, it's less than 1. That's not because they don't earn money. It's because their expenses rise as fast as their income. This is called lifestyle inflation. The moment you earn more, you upgrade. Bigger apartment, better neighborhood, higher car payment, more subscriptions, nicer vacations. The increase feels deserved. It feels like a reward. But slowly, almost invisibly, your financial flexibility disappears. And flexibility is the real definition of wealth. Think about this. 2 people each make $120,000 per year. The first person spends $110,000 annually to maintain a large house, 2 financed cars, private school tuition, and multiple credit cards. The second person lives on $60,000 and invests the rest. On paper, they look identical. In reality, one is trapped, and the other is building options. Options are what money is supposed to buy. The option to leave a toxic job, the option to take a risk, the option to start a business, the option to take time off without panic. But when your entire income is already committed, you don't have options. You have obligations. And obligations are expensive, not just financially, but psychologically. Every large monthly payment creates invisible pressure. You don't just work for growth anymore. You work to avoid collapse. That changes how you make decisions. It changes what risks you're willing to take. It changes how long you stay somewhere you don't belong. What's fascinating is that many people living modestly are actually financially stronger than those living loudly. The person driving a 5-year-old car with no payment might have a 6-figure investment account quietly compounding. The couple renting a smaller apartment might have 0 debt and a fully funded emergency fund. They don't look rich, but they're stable. And stability is underrated. We rarely celebrate the person who paid off debt. We rarely admire the person who delayed gratification. We rarely see the investor who consistently contributes every month without posting about it. Quiet financial discipline doesn't go viral. Flash does. But flash doesn't equal freedom. There's another illusion at play. The belief that income equals wealth. Income is cash flow. Wealth is what you keep. If you earn $200,000 and spend $195,000, you are not wealthy. You are highly paid and highly dependent. If you earn $70,000 and invest consistently while keeping expenses controlled, you're building something real. Compound growth does not care about your social media presence. It rewards consistency, not appearance. Let's zoom out for a moment. The average American household carries significant debt, Whether it's mortgage debt, auto loans, student loans, or revolving credit card balances. Debt itself isn't always evil, but debt that funds consumption rather than assets quietly erodes your future. When payments consume your margin, investing becomes optional. And when investing is optional, it rarely happens. The danger isn't that people want a better life. That's normal. The danger is confusing a bigger life with a stronger one. A bigger house increases costs. A stronger balance sheet increases resilience. A newer car increases payments. An investment portfolio increases autonomy. These are not the same thing. If you feel behind right now, I want you to consider a possibility. You might actually be ahead if you've avoided unnecessary debt. You might be ahead if you're building slowly instead of expanding quickly. You might be ahead if you value stability over status. The most financially confident people are often the least flashy. They don't need constant validation because their security isn't external. It's mathematical. They know their numbers. They know their runway. They know their net worth trend. That clarity creates calm, and calm is powerful. Because when markets dip, they don't panic. When layoffs happen, they're not paralyzed. When opportunities appear, they can act. Financial strength isn't loud, it's flexible. So instead of asking, why don't I have what they have? Try asking, what does their balance sheet look like? Instead of measuring progress by visible upgrades, measure it by invisible strength. How much did you invest this month? How much debt did you reduce? How many months of expenses could you cover today? Those are the metrics that matter. The truth is, building wealth is boring. It's automated transfers. It's saying no. It's driving the paid-off car. It's resisting upgrades that stretch you thin. It's choosing long-term stability over short-term applause. And in a culture addicted to speed, boring feels wrong. But boring compounds. Over 5 years, disciplined investing creates momentum. Over 10 years, it creates confidence. Over 20 years, it creates freedom. Meanwhile, constant upgrading creates constant pressure. Bigger lifestyle, bigger risk. Bigger risk, smaller margin. Margin is everything. Margin is what lets you breathe. Margin is what lets you think clearly. Margin is what protects you from turning temporary setbacks into permanent damage. So if you're watching everyone else sprint, don't assume they're winning. Some people sprint because they have to. Some people slow down because they choose to. Wealth isn't about how fast you scale your lifestyle. It's about how strong your foundation becomes. At the end of the day, no one sees your net worth when you walk into a room. They see signals. Signals can be financed. Security cannot. So the next time you feel behind, pause. Look at your actual numbers. Look at your trajectory. Look at your flexibility. Because real financial success isn't about impressing strangers. It's about removing fear from your future. And the people who quietly remove fear from their future, they don't look rich overnight. They become free over time. And freedom is the real flex.